This is a review of our 2021 Sun Tracker Bass Buggy 16 with a Mercury 50 horsepower. In documenting the problems I found with this brand new Sun Tracker, I took the cover of the fuse box off to install the chart plotter / fish finder. Look at these wires. The ground wires are not even tightened. I bet you this one isn't tightened either, power wire. Nope, they're just hanging there loose. That's the second issue I found. These are all minor, easily correctable issues, but just a lack of quality control in boats made nowadays. On the plus side, the wiring they did include is nice quality. They populated the fuse box with fuses, so you don't have to add your own fuses. They got a 5 amp one, which I'll use for the chart plotter, and a couple of 15s, which I'll use for extra power ports to power things like, you know, my iPad charger, phone charger, plug in to blow up the inflatable toys. And they labeled the box too. So that's very nice. They even wired the thing for a stereo. They got all the wiring for the stereo, including speaker wires and a power plug to go to the back of it. I did not order the boat with the stereo, but if I wanted to add one, all I have to do is plug and play. The chart plotter is installed. I had to build a base to raise it up a little bit so that it'll swivel around. So I can see it from the bow. An hour. So by myself, nobody in the boat, very little wind, 23 miles an hour, stock. Look at this. What did I do wrong here? I guess I'm gonna have to let it all out, tighten it down, and then redo it. restrictor from my 50 horsepower Mercury. And now we're going to take it out, test out the top speed and the RPM, and see how it feels. I do have a new prop on the way. It is a 12 by 10.5, 12 inch diameter, 10.5 inch pitch. The prop that's on there now is 12 1/4 diameter and 9 inch pitch. So after I get the new prop, we're going to see what the difference is then. Alrighty, we are clear of the harbor. Let's throttle up and see what we got. Rev limiter. Yeah. It went right to the rev limiter and shut down. Yeah, I guess we need a new prop, and just removing the restrictor sure does help. Because before it would top out at 5,800, it went right past it. Right to 6,000 RPM, right past 6,000 RPM and shut down. Let's see if we can get it to not hit the rev limiter. Okay, I shut the engine off, restarted it, not in Lincoln mode anymore. Let's see if we can do this without tripping the rev limiter. We're already over 23 miles an hour. That's as fast as it was hopped out before with 23 and a half. So the new prop is going to help this for sure. Look at this. They're everywhere. And I can't get them to bite. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm a ruled noob when it comes to fishing. Anyway, let's give a tour of the boat. I bought the boat last September and picked it up in December, and was only able to use it starting a couple weeks ago because of the weather here. There's my city. Beautiful city of Buffalo, New York. I bought the stock boat without any options. They offer two packages. They offer the fishing package, which comes with the trolling motor and a small fish finder, and the deluxe package, which comes with a bimini and a windshield and a radio. The radio I don't need. I found those packages to be a little expensive for what they offer. The bimini that Sun Tracker offers is a 7-foot bimini. I put this 8-foot bimini on. It cost $400. I think it was $430 instead of their price. If you would just order the bimini alone, was $900, I think. Also, the trolling motor that comes on the fishing package is a 55-pound thrust motor. I've been using this one now. It's a 45-pound thrust, 48-inch motor, as opposed to the 55-pound thrust. I think it's a 52-inch shaft. I forget what the shaft size is, but that's overkill for a 16-foot boat. This one has been perfect, so not complaining there. I added these bags. These are just cheap Amazon sports bags. They're like 15 bucks a piece to hold fenders and seats. Obviously I added the fish finder, which is still showing fish everywhere. Look at that. What is that big group right there? That big blob. Is that bait fish? Anyway, I'm going to make this kind of short because I do want to get back to fishing. So what else I have done? I've installed a second trolling motor battery down in there, and there's the main battery, breaker for the trolling motor, and I also added a battery switch and a battery combiner so that when the engine's running, it'll charge both batteries. But when we are just sitting here drifting or using the trolling motor or using the electronics, everything is coming off the trolling motor battery. It's a Group 27 battery. It won't last very long. If you want to go out all day fishing, you probably need two Group 27s. Mount them under the console instead of mounting them back there. I also installed USB ports. And for the toys on this side, the inflatable toys, I got another 12-volt port. So we got two 12-volt ports, a USB port, and then the trolling motor port right there. I ran the trolling motor that way so that I can just take it off and move it over here when we're doing water sports on the boat, because this is a family boat. you know, to get it out of the way. I got the low profile mount for it. So other than that, today I just removed the restrictor, and boy does that make a difference. Now I need a new prop, because it goes right past 6,000 RPM, right to the rev limiter, and it shuts the engine off. Well, it doesn't shut it off. What it does is it puts it into limp mode, so that you only get 4,000 RPM out of it. You gotta throttle down, turn the key off, turn it back on, and restart it, and then that cleared that. I'm glad they did that. I didn't know that would do that. Anyway, I got a prop on the way, 1.5 inches up in pitch, and that should give me probably 25, 26 miles an hour top speed. It's 23 right now. The other mod I did was I took the fuel tank off the transom of the deck, and I put a 12-gallon fuel tank down in the valley here, where they are on every other pontoon boat I've ever seen. It's not just sitting in there. It's on. I made metal brackets to support it up off and get a little bit higher. So far, that's been perfect. It doesn't get any water over the top of it or anything like that. You know, the boat so far has been a joy. I love it. It's a great fishing boat. It's a great family boat. It sips fuel. It's reliable. You know, it's just got some build quality issues. Like, you know, the welds that don't matter, look at that. They're kind of crappy, right? Well, the welds that do matter, the ones on the side of the hull or on the pontoons, you know, those are fine. But that's typical. It's a cheap boat. It's probably the cheapest pontoon boat you can buy. I am a marine mechanic formerly. Now I work on RVs, so anything I do to it, I've done myself. Okay, that's it for right now. I'm gonna get back to fishing.